Hi, this is Nick Ronald from Influence TV. This is another success mindset tip on visualization. So, brain training is one way to build the right mindset. How do you brain train? How do you train your brain? Well, a lot of research has shown that if you regularly do things that stimulate your brain and challenge your brain and create positive habits mentally, then you can keep your mental health into older age. You're less likely to get dementia. You're able to build more of a fast thinking brain and mind that works actively and in a concentrated, focused way. You can keep your brain healthy. And like everything in life, you want a healthy body, you got to do training. Maybe go for a gym, maybe go for a run, do some sort of exercise. The same with the brain. You got to exercise your brain. You got to train it if you want it to work to its optimum potential. So, visualization. What is visualization? Visualization is the forming of a mental image of something we want or we need. We want or need something, we think about it. We think of having it. Imagine having it. It's a simple and effective tool, and the results it can achieve on our bodies or minds are life-changing. So how does forming a mental image of something lead us to create more exciting lives, more successful lives? How can forming a mental image help us achieve goals and attract the things we want, even our personal and professional life? Well, the power of visualization works hand in hand with the law of attraction, we've heard about, or NLP, neuro-linguistic programming. You don't have to believe or study neuro-linguistic programming or believe in law of attraction to use power visualization, but there is an overlap. Visualization works by programming the subconscious brain. So your subconscious brain's a sponge, and it's quite easy to trick it into thinking that what you want or need is reality. So what you want to do is think of it as like a self-guiding missile. And when you fire this self-guiding missile by giving it this message, this visualization, off it goes and guides your body and your mind towards reaching that program target. One of the most effective examples of people who use visualization are athletes, particularly Olympian athletes, but athletes in general. And a lot of research has shown professional athletes who use visualization when training during downtime have massively improved performance. You can even see it if you see professional basketball teams or tennis players, before they go on, you can see, the basketball players doing this. They're visualizing, they're sort of practicing, visualizing, doing the move and getting the ball in the net. Many scientific studies have observed people who don't do visualization and people who do it and before and after, and measured the brain scans on using visualization, and it is an effective strategy for forming performance, and that can be in business, but particularly in athletics, where it's throwing darts. See a dart player doing this again and again, back and forth, visualizing it going in before he lets go, to sprinting, weightlifting, and like I say, Olympic competitions. So even for solo athletes, like runners, what they often do is they visualize the whole course. That way, when they run it, there's no surprises. They've gone through it in their mind. And that's half of it. It's the mind visualizing it, seeing they can do it, seeing them getting to the end, seeing them getting past the obstacles perhaps they struggled with before. So how do you start visualization so that you can start using it part of your brain training to build that success mindset? One is to choose SMART goals, because like anything, you're never going to achieve your goals unless you are 100% clear on what they are. So SMART goals should be specific, measurable, actionable, realistic, and time-based. So set SMART goals. If you are an athlete and you want to score 5 goals, you want to win the game and score five goals or 5 net hoops, then that's very specific. It's measurable because it's a number, it's actionable, it's possible, it's realistic, and it's time-based. You've got a set time to do it. So what do you want to achieve? Be specific, set SMART goals, and think what do you want to do and why. Visiting in detail is really important. Don't be vague, don't be general. Think about what you want to achieve, and when you visualize it, imagine you're doing it. Go through the steps. The more detail you can think about what you'd wear when you do it, how you'd feel, who else is involved in that process, the more likely you are to achieve it. Get specifics. The third one is make it emotional. Use your senses. So what does it sound like? If it's an athletic performance, are the crowds there? Can you smell perhaps the sweat? Can you feel the sun? Can you hear, can you taste the snack you just had? Really build your emotions into it and build your senses so that, it feels real, feels genuine. You're not doing some vague visualization you can't relate to. This is something you can actually genuinely feel like doing. Fourth thing is be realistic. It's no good saying, well, I'm going to win the lottery. I can visualize myself handing a ticket, winning £10 billion. It's possible, but it's unlikely. So, if you agree something that you want really badly or you need really badly, it's challenging, but it's possible, it's realistic. You're more likely to achieve it. And 5, what do you have to do to get started? So, if you visualize winning the marathon, but you never actually sign up for the marathon or you never go for a run, it's no good. So when you visualize it, after you visualize it, when you get into the habit of visualizing, but then also what you actually have to do to get started. It's a mixture of that mind training, the visualization, the seeing yourself doing it, the feeling it, planning it in your mind, achieving it, and actually doing those steps in the real world to achieve that target too. So what do you have to do to get started? And prepare what obstacles might you need to overcome. And then when you visualize it, visualize yourself overcoming those obstacles. Those 5 steps, those 5 ways are the way that you can turn visualization into building a success mindset. So whatever you want to achieve, make sure it's a smart goal. And visualize in detail. Don't be general, visualize it in detail. Use all your senses to emotionally connect with what we want to achieve in your mind. Be realistic if possible. And what do you have to get started? How do you take those steps to achieve it in a practical, real world way? Think what obstacles you have to overcome. And the last but not least, as with all mindset tips, practice, practice, practice. So the only way you improve in life is by learning, practice, getting feedback, adapting, improving, and practice, 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 practice. And when you practice, it becomes a habit. Visualize every day. Before you play basketball, before you do darts, before you go in and do that deal with that client, visualize yourself winning it. Visualize yourself being successful. That's it. Brain training using visualization.